Landria here with the Success Series. I'm going to talk to you about something that happens to all entrepreneurs that are not succeeding. Usually we're talking about finances, revenue streams, profit margins, right? I'm not going to talk about the passion you should have in your business right now. I'm going to talk about just the money aspect. What's the difference? I have gone through this myself. Most entrepreneurs go through this, and here is the key. When you are not succeeding, when you're not hitting those goals, if you've never hit those goals, you have to take a very good hard look at why not. So people out there that are not entrepreneurs will say this doesn't work. It doesn't work because they want things easy. They're buying a bill of goods that, online businesses in particular should just, crank out money. Those are not entrepreneurs. Those are people who should go work for somebody else because they have no idea what it really means to be an entrepreneur and they're not prepared for that. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're an entrepreneur and you are not succeeding, you are not doing the things that it requires. I've done this with myself over and over. Why isn't this working? What must I change to make it work? Because if it's something I know can work, and I know I have the right ingredients, the right training, all the things in alignment, did the work, training. I can't emphasize that enough. This is why I promote the internet training that I took 8 years ago. When you have the right training, the people, the resources to go to, you have that support team, and you know what to do, you have to implement. Entrepreneurs who struggle underestimate what it takes to hit those levels. And by the way, I'm not talking about struggling and suffering and doing more work. I'm talking about doing the right things at the right time. So I'll give you an example. When I hit certain levels with my online businesses, if I don't scale, if I don't go into that next phase, which is a different mindset of spending more ad spend, more money on ads that are working, I can't go to that next level. And this petrifies most people because if you haven't been on that level, it's a little scary to put that kind of money into ad spend. But if it's working, that's the only way you're going to get to the next level. You have to break through fear. If you know me as a spiritual teacher, I teach breakthrough fear. We have amazing transformations with people because they feel the fear, and I teach them how to break through it and do the thing out here anyways. And it always works. I can't tell you how many people have quit jobs and then gone to jobs that pay way more and doing something they love. This is no different. Entrepreneurs have to take it to the next level of thinking that they are not here. So I have to say to myself, how does that person who's earning this amount of money think differently to where I am right now? Okay? And then you have to implement. In other words, you have to push yourself into that space and say, if I know this works, what's not happening? Is it my funnels, my marketing, my ad spend? Is it whatever it is? And you have to be on it. And you can't kid yourself and say, oh, this just doesn't work. It does work. It does work. Unless you have a business where nobody wants your products or services, and I doubt that's the case with you, it can work. You have to figure out how to do that. You have to find the products and services, if you're an affiliate, that people really, really want, and preferably higher ticket. Why? You don't want to sell, 1,000 books for 50 cents commission. The same effort will go into a higher ticket item. You have to start using your entrepreneurial brain and say, what works? What's the profit margin on this? How many do I have to sell to hit those goals? And what do I have to do to get to that? It is possible. And of course, I always tell you, you have to believe in love and feel good and have integrity in what you're promoting, because if you don't, you will absolutely walk around and undermine yourself because you know darn well you're not really doing something good for other people or the planet. You have to go into that space. But today, time to look at those profit margins and say, why am I not hitting those numbers? I am not doing enough, at least in the areas that are not successful. How do I figure that out? Go get the help. You guys know, if you haven't been in my training yet, you can go to landriaonka.net. It's sign up for a free video series and find out how we're getting proper training. Not a bunch of promises with some guy standing in front of a jet that he rented or just happened to be standing in front of. I'm talking about building something powerful. It's going to take effort. It's going to feel great. You're going to do it pretty soon. You're going to be sitting here telling people how it's done. And that is what I wish for you. Don't underestimate what it takes. Find the answers. Do the work. It's going to feel great. I'll see you there. See you in the next video.